Hey everybody, it's Martha. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday and my Shabby Craft Studio. Today we're going to work on this envelope journal. This is take 3 for me. So, just a quick flip through in case you didn't see the previous videos about this. This is made from several envelopes. I haven't counted, but your main envelopes are going to be 3 envelopes that are close to the same size. Okay, and then you're going to need 4 or 5 envelopes that you can tear or cut in half. Now, this is made all with junk mail envelopes. I think the only pocket in here that's not a junk mail is this paper bag. You can use store-bought envelopes, Dollar Tree envelopes, junk mail envelopes, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. I did do a supply list in the previous video on the Sunday Snippets video. And basically what you need is, if you have them, window envelopes. If you don't, you can open your envelope and make windows, or you can do this totally without window envelopes. Okay? So I hope you'll get some supplies and craft along with me. As you can see, I have a number of envelopes here, different sizes, different shapes, different windows. And we're going to go ahead and play with these. And this is by no means a tutorial because I stink at tutorials. So we are going to play around. Okay. Now, as I said, this was take 3. And I messed up take 1 and 2. So I did already glue a couple of envelopes together. However, I made a mistake when I glued them together. So I am going to use these as the back envelopes. And all I did was, all 3 of these had flaps on them. And what I did was I folded this, basically. You see the fold line here? I folded this back so that there was only maybe a half to, I don't know, yeah, about a ½ inch, okay? And then I tore that off so that that line, that's all there was of the flap. So basically, if a flap folded over, that's all there was, okay? And you can see that here, and I glued these 2 envelopes together. So what I'm going to do is use this envelope for the front envelope, whereas it was supposed to be the other way around. But it's okay. It's all good. Because I messed up, I want to show you how Rachel and Christine did it. And I had their information here. Now, don't throw this flap away. Hang on to that flap. Hang on to all the flaps. Don't throw them away. Okay. So Rachel did, her video is named Craft With Me, Junk Mail Envelope Journal, Part 1, The Base. Christina Hicks, Mixed Media and Junk Journals, did a 7-window booklet for Junk Journal or Traveler's Journal Tutorial, Part 1. They both had multiple parts to theirs, and this will probably end up being multiple parts as well. Okay. So, I have my 2 back envelopes glued. And basically what I did was I just glued this down and I put the envelope on there, leaving a gap between the fold line, which is at the end of this print you can see here. So I left a gap. You do not want it, and you can line up the top or the bottom, especially if they're not the same size, and we're going to take care of that. So I would leave a gap there because basically when you put your journal in, this is your spine. So you want to have a pretty good size gap depending on how many pages you want to put in. Now, you can put in 6 pages and you don't have to have a big gap there. Okay? It doesn't have to be huge. This is not meant to be a really huge journal, Mine was a little overboard because my envelopes were so big. So I was able to put in the larger, you know, 2 signatures, basically is what I put in. Now, you see this flippy floppy thingy here? That's where I messed up. I forgot to do that when I glued these 2 together. So this is going to be our front page, okay? And what I'm going to do is take a regular envelope, and I'm just going to tear it. Now, something that I've learned recently, just by playing around, I have this Tim Holtz ruler, and it has a beveled flat edge here, and it's great for tearing straight edges. If I want my edge to be a little raggedy, I use this edge. However, what I want to do is, and there's no window in this, so I don't have to worry about it. You can make this pocket as tall or as short as you want it. I'm going to rip it about in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of rip in a zigzaggy. So I have 2 very uneven edges. Okay? I just like that. That's just my personal preference. You can tear out a thumb hole in here, like that. You can punch a thumb hole in there. If you don't have a punch, no big deal, right? Okay. And what we're going to do is, if you don't like the inside, now is the time to cover it with another paper. I am not going to cover these. I am not unhappy with the insides. So basically, this will be your pocket. Now, it's up to you. Do you want your pocket to go this way? Do you want your pocket to go this way? On this one, we are going to put this either down here or up here. Okay? So my other one was down here. I'm going to put this one up at the top. So I am basically going to take some glue. I haven't used my glue in a couple of days. And I am going to carefully glue across the top of this here. So that's the edge. And then just glue the outer edge here, because I don't want any glue to get in the pocket part. Okay. So I'm going to make sure. I'm a mess today. I hope you guys will just bear with me. I'm kind of a mess. I rushed into it. I get nervous because I don't want anybody to think I'm doing a tutorial, because I'm the last person you want to take a tutorial from, probably. And I do want to ink some of this before I get too far. So I hope you all don't mind a little inky dink here and there. And so, yeah, we went out this morning and I did a bunch of running around, and I'm really tired, but I wanted to get this going. So, I'm just gonna alrighty. All right, so I'm going to take my time. I'm going to put this here, and what we want is this is going to close like this, okay? So I have to measure it up to the top, and then I want to leave a little bit of a place there for this to attach. So now I am going to put this down. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to cut this. So this little bit of flap, only up to the fold, we're going to cut at the bottom of that envelope. All right. Make sure it sticks down well. Okay. Now we are going to attach this to this, leaving a bit of a gap again. Okay. And what we are going to do is measure. So there we go. My bottoms are lined up. Okay. Oops. All right. Oh, I told you I get too nervous when I do these things. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this so I know where my gap is. See, I just threw my other one together. I didn't take my time at all. All right. So if I do that, then I open it, then I'm going to have a little bit of gap between where that attaches and that spine there. Spine. Okay. All right. So I can, if I butt that up against my new fold, I line it up to the bottom there, then I'll know where to glue. Oops. Oops. Sloppy, sloppy. Okay. So my front and center and back are all lined up. Okay. But now we have a bit of a gap here. We want that to be that way. Okay. So we're going to fill this space in here. And this is where the extra flap can come in, or just any piece of paper that you have that will fit. And we're just going to glue the whole thing down because, you know, we're reinforcing the spine that way. Okay. So let's see. That was the glue edge on this. What I'm going to do is just, so I don't get a bunch of glue in the gap, I'm going to glue these edges and glue down here. And I'm going to, and I lined it up to the bottom because that's the line I'm following. Now, I may cut the tops of these off. I may not. I don't know. Okay. And then, as long as this isn't overhanging my window, I can put some glue on that. And then you can go up the edge here and see where you need a little extra glue. That edge is pretty down pretty well. Okay. I do have a little gap up here, so I may take another little piece of paper here. Oops, don't want it that way. Nope. And I am just going to glue on the sides here. Fat fingers. Down at the bottom. Now I'm just going to pop this up here just as extra support. Okay. So now my gap is closed all the way down, right? So this flips loose. This is going to be in front of your journal, like this. See, this one's in front, but it's on the bottom. And so now we have our front with a bit of a spine. We have our little flip there. We have our back, and we have our center. Now, I could cut this off so it's even at the top, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think it's necessary. Now, what to do about the back because the back has to be able to fold in there. So you don't want your back to go over your front, because then you wouldn't be able to close the front, right? Now you have to decide where you're going to place the rest of your pockets, and you're going to have to decide if you want, like, this envelope is easily accessible from there. This one's pretty accessible from there. And this one is pretty accessible from there because of the opening. If you didn't like those, you could cut them open at the top. I could glue this down and put an extra piece of paper there and open this at the top, and that could be a large journal card. I think I'm going to do that. Actually, I think I am going to do that. So let me look for a piece of paper I may want to use. Okay, this was some mop-up paper that I used. And what I'm going to do, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the whole length. And I'm going to glue it onto this flap. See, now this is torn off because normally you wouldn't have to tear that off. But it was torn off because this was supposed to be the front envelope. And because I messed up, it's no longer that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this flap. I hope you're crafting along with me. I hope this finds everybody well and staying healthy and not going too stir crazy. I get that way myself. I can easily get stir crazy. I am trying to decide what to do here. Okay. Alrighty. Now if that's glued down well to the edge, then I can just glue this edge down, or I can fold it over and give it a little reinforcement. I want to do that. Ooh, if I do that, that could actually be a tuck. Well, look at there. Look at there what we did. And I didn't even know I was doing it. We could do that. Why not? It's not going to seal this whole side, but I don't think we need to. We'll see. Don't do as I do. Make your own thing up. Like I said, not a tutorial. This is just a craft along. So we can all have some fun. And really, you should go watch Rachel and you should go watch Christina, because they both sort of had their own take on it. Rachel actually admits in her first video that she watched the first few minutes and got so inspired that she just sat down and started doing it, because she wasn't going to craft that day, because that was a day that her back was hurting. And she was not going to even craft that day. And so she admits that she watched the first few minutes of Christina's video and then ran off and started making what she made. And I did not cut that straight. I swear. I am such a mess when it comes to cutting. Okay. Oop. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to whack you. Okay. Nope. See, I cut off the glue. That didn't make any sense, did it? I glued it, then cut it off. I better cover this, because it's starting to dry out. It's starting to look a little pale. All right. Yay. All right, we have that done. So that can basically be a tuck spot if we want it to be, or I may end up gluing that down. Who knows? Don't know. I love this as a writing space. You know what? I am going to glue that down. I don't like it as a tuck. I am woman. Hear me change my mind. Isn't that what it's all about? Go with the flow. Go with what floats your boat. Okay. So we have an opening at the top. And I think what I'm going to do is, I like to use my oval punch. And I'm going to punch a hole in both the front and the back at the top. Just a little scooper hole. Okay. Probably not at all centered, but close enough for me. Alrighty. Okay. And that still closes. Always check. Check at every step of what you've done. So, I am just knocking stuff over. Reaching in front of you guys. Check at every step for what you want to do and how you want it to look. And make sure you have things right side up. Lots of checking, right? Now, what I'm going to be able to do is make a tall, pretty journaling card. And we're going to be able to pull it out of the top. I'll probably have some lace on it so it'll look pretty when it's closed, right? So it's going to stick out the top there. And, okay, sorry, husband had a question. Everybody say hi, Tony. So we are, we are making sure that we have our edges down for things that are holding other things on. We are making sure that we have our front, back, and center. And we have our little envelope in the middle. Now, decorate. Just go to town and decorate. So say I wanted to put this here. Maybe I want to put this here. Maybe I want to put this on the back. Could do that. Could make a double pocket. Could be a triple pocket, actually. Could go sideways. You can just go to town putting these envelopes wherever it pleases you. I think I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to tear this again. And I am going to inky dinky that raw edge. I am going to carefully glue across the top here, not too close to the edge, and glue this edge here and this edge, but not down very far because I don't want to glue this shut because that's our pocket. Okay. Make sure it still opens. Press that down from the inside. Okay. Now, either side can be the front. This could be the front. You could tuck something in this way and this way. Or you can turn it this way. Now, this is our opening. We don't want to clog that up. I'm going to put it a little above the bottom here. So I'm going to ink the rest of the edge just so that it has a little more color before, because I am going to cover these up with other papers. Okay. All right. And we want to remember to leave our little gap for the spine, so you don't want to cover that up. And since we have an envelope up here, but this one's going to be behind the journal, this one's in front of the journal. So I think I'm going to tear that down just a little more. And I'm going to ink it. Excuse my husband making all that noise. He's the noisiest man alive, and I tell him that all the time. All right. Now you could cover these before you glue them down. I tend to do it after because I don't know what way I'm going to face things. So I'm going to leave that open there and open there. So I'm going to glue these 3 sides down right here. I've given up trying to have a quiet time to record. It just doesn't happen. Okay. But he's doing a favor because he's giving the dogs their afternoon treat and taking them outside. And if we close the sliding door to the sunroom, then my one dog, Evan, he gets all worked up about being cut off from me. And he doesn't want to listen and do what he's told because he's busy trying to get into me. So you'll hear the door open and close a few times. That's okay. All good. Okay, now remember, your journal's going here. Your journal pages are going to go here. So this is in front, this is in back. I've left this open at the top. This is going to be a pocket from the side here. And now, what do we want to do? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Christina used, I think hers was a 7 envelope. That was the title of her YouTube video. I'm just gluing these down extra tight because I don't know if I'm going to cover these up. I'm going to leave it for journaling space. But just in case, I don't want it to come up. So, all right. Fun, fun, fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, do I want to put one on here? Yes, I do. I do. Do I want to put that on there? That's a little big. Ooh, I have these little pocket envelopes. I think I'm going to put this one. Where am I going to put this one? Could that go there? I have a feeling if I put that there, things would fall out of it, huh? I'll have to think about that one. That would be cute. Okay, I'm going to have to decorate that before I put that down. And then this one, that one would fit there. That's the best side, though. No. Let's do a multiple flip. What do you think about that? I'm not good at flips, so like I said, don't do as I do, because you'll be disappointed. Oh yeah, I think I can put that right there, and that'll still close. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And that'll be a cute little envelope there, and it'll flip open, and it could be decorated or written on the back. Okay. We are going to do that. Now, how are we going to do that? I think I'm going to carefully. I could have marked it, but you know, I'm not one to measure like that. Okay. I am going to have to have it on the inside of that fold. I want it straight as we can get it. I'm just going to, and if I put this on this part of this envelope, we can still get something in that envelope. Yay! Okay, so that closes, that closes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I'm going to put this one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's room for others. Like I said, I have to decide what to do with this one. Let's see. Do we want to mess around with that? Maybe. Let's see. Let's tear this. I noticed if I tear with this side of the ruler that I get a rougher edge and it inks up nice then. And then we're gonna, I thought of something when I was watching some of the other videos. Now, if I want this to close on this side, I'm going to tear a little of this off too. If I want that to close on that side, and this happened with the one I made. Oops. Envelopes have a lot of parts and pieces to them. Okay. If I want, so I'm going to use this as an opening for a card. What I want to do is I want to close this, but if I ink these two edges, if I glue these two edges shut, it's going to narrow my pocket width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flap, an outside covering for this, and glue that down. And that way, I'm not taking up space inside my pocket. Trying to think with my brain. And sometimes that's very painful. Extremely painful to think with my brain at times. But we have to do it, right? Yeah, so we ran errands this morning. I had to go to Joann's and get some fabric. All right. I keep forgetting to cover things like my ink pad, my glue stick, and my art glitter glue is not closed right now. And it's going to give me a hard time later. Okay. All right. So now my pocket is not going to be narrowed by the fact that I had to glue it inside. Now it's going to be still a pretty big pocket. See? I'm happy with that. I need just a teensy bit more at the top here. I have no idea how long the first video was before I shut it off when my husband needed me. So, this is going to be piecemealed together. But that's okay. We can deal with that. Gabby, stop licking. And the dogs are back in with me. That was quick. Uh-oh. There it is. Pin. Urgh. Oh, Lordy. My pin is no longer straight because I bent it. But I still use it because I don't want to use up all my pins. Oh, Martha. Your life is so rough. Okay. Need to glue that edge down there. Probably going to glue something over the top of it anyway. Now this is going to flip open, right? We said we're going to make this a flip. Yes. Oh, that was dumb, wasn't it? I should have used it as the flip. And I bet you all were saying that, huh? Just use the same piece of paper. Spit it out, Martha. Piece of paper is the flip. Oh, that's okay. I have more where that came from. Okay. The only reason I'm inking some of these ahead of time is because you're going to see the edges. Once it's glued together, and that it's just harder to do then. Okay, so what we are going to do is take, find a piece of paper I can use here. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so do I want the window on? I want the window to be on the inside when I open it. Okay. So, and I think the secret to flaps is to leave a little, I don't know if you can see this, leave an itsy bitsy gap, a hair gap in there. I think. I don't know because I stink at doing flaps. I'm working on it, but I do stink at it. So you're all probably, as you saw me glue that piece of paper down, saying, you dummy. Yeah, could have done that with one piece of paper. Yes, I could have. But there you go. Okay. I am going to maybe try and get this as a flippy flappy. Ah, yes. Fingers are really sticky right now. Okay. All right. So where are we at? We have I think we need the bone folder. This bit here. All right. So we have this, which is going to be in front of the journal. This is going to be in back of the journal, and it's got an opening there and an opening there. This is attached to the inside, and you can put something in there. And that's going to flip open. And then this we just attached, and that's going to flip open. And then we have that as the back. So the possibilities here are endless as far as what else you can attach. But we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 envelopes attached here. You want to attach some more envelopes? Go for it. Okay, now it's time to decorate as far as I'm concerned. And if I decide I want to use like the other half of this, I could put that there, and it could flip open there. I could put a pocket down here. I could even put another pocket there, but I think it's going to make it really thick. And you got to remember, you're going to put some pages in here, so it's going to get thicker. You know? It's going to get a little poofy. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, except I am going to put this envelope on here. But after I decorate, I'm going to do that. And this, I don't know what I'm going to do with. I may leave it plain because it's great for journaling, but I'll probably put some sort of, maybe I'll decoupage napkin or whatever. Okay? So I'm going to turn the camera off and decide what I'm going to do, and I'll be back. Plus, I have to check the time from this portion and the first portion to make sure I'm not over an hour. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I think I have about 15 minutes, and I am going to quickly just throw some decorations on here, some collage, some papers, whatever I can dig out from my scrap box, which I still have not organized. I need help. I really need help, people. So what I've decided is I kind of like it when my edges are showing. I like it when you can tell that this is a used envelope. So I am going to leave little bits like that showing, because why not? And then this pocket here is going to reinforce this flap here. So I think that'll be good. And I'm debating on whether to make this just an envelope right here, or to be able to tuck something tiny behind it. Well, I'll just glue 3 edges of it around, and then we can put something little in there if we want to, and if we don't like it or it's too bulky, yay. What a good idea, Martha. Okay. So that works. And then let's see. Definitely want to cover that. That is ugly. Ugly. So I'll bring over my messy scraps box. Let's see. Too many book pages. Let's get the book pages out of there. Tonight, in front of TV, I am going to be sitting and organizing these boxes, because this is redunculous. I mean, really. It's insane how bad this really is. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm just pulling some papers out. I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm just pulling a few bits and bobs out, and we'll decide what we'll do. Okay, that's how I do it. I just pull some things out, and then I decide from there what I'm going to do. All right, so I need to cover at least this part, huh? I think. Well, I could just, right? I'm kind of liking this paper. I was inking something else up, and I decided that I have this tea-dyed, this is adding machine tape, and I bought it from a lady who was going out of business maybe 2 years ago? Now that I think about it, I guess it would be like 2 years ago that she was going out of business. And I thought, well, I'll buy that. I can use it for something. Tear the edge down here too. So if you get a chance, Angela Thoma, Thoma, I'm looking for my trash can, but I had something on top of it, so I couldn't find it. She is trying this as well, and she is crafting along. So she has done her first video of it. I am pre-recording this, just so you know. So nobody flips out and says, oh no, she's done 2 or 3 by now. Yeah, I am pre-recording this. So, Angela, Thoma, she has done the first bit, and she did a unique spin on it. So I would encourage you to go check her out. I will link her video below, as well as Rachel's and Christina's videos, who I got this from. And then it's a little too wide. And you can go check her out and see what her little spin on the first 3 envelopes was. It was very creative. So, Angela, thank you for crafting along with me. I appreciate it. Okay, and I have that doesn't go. That doesn't go, Martha. That doesn't really show. I don't want it too bulky, right? Because, I mean, this thing is going to have a lot of bulk in it to begin with. I like my cheesecloth, though. I really do. So I hope you make one of these, and I hope you have fun making it, because it's fun to end up with something usable in the end. You can start thinking about, and don't cringe when I say this, holiday gifts, Christmas, Hanukkah, you know they're coming. It's inevitable. And I don't know if we'll be allowed to spend time with family at that point, or if it'll be safe to spend time with family at that point. But you know what? If I have to wear masks and go see my granddaughters, that's what I'm going to do, because I am not missing their Christmas or their birthdays. And their birthdays are in December. So, bless my the oldest little granddaughter. Her birthday is December 21st. So it's very hard on her. It always has been. Oh, I like that. And so then her sister was also born in December on the 11th. So yeah, they always end up having to share birthdays, and they have to share their birthdays with Christmas. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I feel for them. I like that. I'm happy so far. Let's see, where am I at? 8 minutes. So I have about the same amount of time. So I do want to cover this up. Let's see what I can, maybe we'll go with a bird theme. That would be unique for me. Of course, you know there's going to have to be butterflies in there somewhere, right? You do know that, right? So we've had, it's dark right now, we've had pretty decent weather here. The temperature has dropped, which for us is always a plus, because it gets pretty darn hot here in Virginia. So not thrilled, not thrilled. Butterfly. Yes, I got waylaid. I got distracted, and it's actually called procrastination. So there you go. All right, where's my ruler? Rough. That's what I wanted, a rough rip. Oop, come on, Martha. Good girl. All right. Now I'm using the not beveled edge of my ruler, and I can't remember if I said that in this video or not, but it gives me a rougher tear. And that's what I'm looking for, is this rough edge. And I only just discovered this the other day. If I tear really fast, it gives me a really rough edge. And I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. That top edge is going to be tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right. I'm going to rough edge it down this way. And rough edge it this way. And I'm okay with the bottom of the envelope showing there. Now, this is the only part I'm going to have complicated, and that's okay. Except I really do kind of want that covered. I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. I don't mean to mumble. Okay. So I think I need to tear up that away. Maybe a teensy bit more. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to cover this black up here. Oops. Except it'd be nice if it was straight. Yeah, I got it mostly covered. I'm good with that. And make sure I'm not gluing down this flap here at all, because you don't want it glued down there. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Well, no. I use my glue stick. Trusty dusty glue stick. Oof. What a mess. I am such a mess today. I know better than to try and do more than one thing in a day. And going out and doing the shopping we had to do. Wow, that went on better than I thought it was going to. And then coming home and wanting to do a video. I knew it would tax my brain, but that's okay. All right, I'm happy with that. Now, where's the picture I was going to use? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Didn't I have a picture here I was going to use? Oh, golly, gee whizzikers. I'm sorry I bumped into you again. Ah, there it is. Okay. And now it's too busy. Now it's too busy. Can you see that? So, let's see. I need something plainer behind there. What am I going to use? That's too big. Put your pin in your glue, Martha, before you can't use your glue. Oh, my Lord. Put your cap on your glue, because before you can't use your glue. Let's see. I cleaned out yesterday. There goes my light. Almost knocked that right over into you guys. I cleaned all my bits and bobs of fabric up yesterday and sorted through them. And I am so proud of myself because that took some patience. Oh my Lord. I just keep hitting things. I am a mess. And I apologize for that. Okay. Let's see if this helps at all. It might not. These are just threads that I have pulled out from the fabric that I use as spines on the ephemera folios. I'm not crazy about that either. Alrighty. That's a hard no-go. All right. Let's see. What else do I have? Nothing there. Where's my box? Well, this is kind of stinky. I'm going to save that for something else. Now, you know what? No, that's not going to work either. Okay, well, maybe it's time for me to stop. Because I really am not doing well. As you can hear, things falling and knocking over and everything else. And I'm going to go back to this. Maybe the bird is just too, maybe it's too big. And I saw something else I wanted to use. This. Oh my gosh. Yep, I'm good with that. So I am going to glue a nice amount of glue on there. And I'm going to glue, I think I'm going to ink this, see if it stands out a little bit more. I'll try that. And then at this one, I think I'm going to end it, and we will do a part 2. And I don't know if I'll post that on Wednesday or if we'll do it as a finish up Friday. So if you're not as far along as I got, because this is your first time doing it, don't worry about it. Finish it up. Finish putting all your envelope flappy things together. And we will rejoin in part 2. And we will put more decorations on. We will also put the journal pages together. So you might want to think about gathering together whatever pages, if you haven't done that already, gather together whatever pages you think you want to use in your journal. And you might also want to cut them down to size. As I said previously, I think, I may not have, it might have been in one of the one of the videos that got zapped, because this is take 3, I think. Now I lost my train of thought. The train just went right off the track. Oh, in my first journal, envelope flippy thingy, I lucked out because my pages were going to fit in the big envelopes. However, as you will see, if I take this 8.5 by 11 page, it's okay height-wise, but it's going to be, I fold that where I need it to be about the right width. It's going to be this much too wide. So what we're going to do is you can either fold this page in and use it as a flippy outie page, okay? And we're going to put several more pages in here. It's raining. Well, they said a 50% chance of rain today. So this would close up like, hold that thought. Just to give you an idea so you can plan ahead. You want this to be able to close like that. So your page is going to have to be whatever width minus some so that it's not bumping into this side to fit in here, because we're going to sew it. We're going to sew it in this little spine here. So whatever you want to put together as your signature, go ahead and do that, or at least get the papers out. And we will finish decorating. And I will finish decorating on camera. It's just going to be you know, it's going to be a 2 or 3 parter. if I do all of it on camera. So, and if you want to solidly cover every bit of your envelopes, go for it. Do that, and I will finish mine on camera, and then we'll do a quick signature, okay? And then after that, you can decorate your signature however you want. But we're going to put the signature together and put it in, and then you can go off and decorate it however you want. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I know this was a mess. I love you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful. I hope you are well and safe. Happy crafting. Join me for part 2. And who knows, there may be a part 3. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.